What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the toy room. And as you can see, we're not in the toy room, we are in the dining room. And typically when I'm in the dining room, that means I'm either doing a board game video or I just have something that's too big for my review station. And today we have both. So as you guys can see, I have this really big package here from the people over at PlayMonster. They sent me my first press kit, so thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This is the first press kit that I've ever received on YouTube, and this is just awesome. I've received products to review, but never a full-on press kit, and I'm just ecstatic. This is awesome. So again, shout out to the people over at PlayMonster. Shout out also to the people over at ShizCom. And yeah, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what they sent over. There's some board games in here as well as some other stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look. We'll start with the actual box right here. So as you guys can see, you have the PlayMonster mascot right there, which reminds me of Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc., which is kind of funny. But you can see him working out right there. As we turn the box, you can see there, that's where you can follow PlayMonster on social media, so make sure you guys do that. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And then coming to this side, you get that same workout thing. And then over here, you get the same social media stuff. And then on this side, you have the PlayMonster text right there with the actual mascot again. So we're gonna go ahead and crack this open. Now I know that there is an echo in this room. I know the lighting in this room isn't the best, but bear with me because like I said, we are in the dining room, so there's not much I can do about that. So let's go ahead and dive into this and see what we got in here, which should be some really good stuff. So go ahead and open that up. And right here, as soon as you open the flaps, let's see if I can tip this over, you can see the PlayMonster guy playing ping pong by himself, so that's pretty interesting. On the other flap, you got the exact same thing. Oh man, all right, so we have a bunch of goodies in here. So let me bring that to the side. And I see some of the board games, but we'll start with some of the other stuff. So we have this little like tumbler. So you can see right here, it says PlayMonster on the front. It's an all white tumbler, pretty cool. Clear lid on the top. It's got a little pullback. You guys probably can't see, but you pull back to reveal the lid, and then you can drink right there. So that is pretty cool. It doesn't have the exact sizes. It might be like 16 ounces or something like that, but that is really cool because obviously you want to stay hydrated while you're having a very long, intense game night. So this is awesome. I was gonna pour, I have some drink here. I was gonna pour it in here, but it looks a little dusty, so I'll have to clean this out first. So I'll do that in a second. And then what else do we have in here? So we have this trophy right here, as you guys can see. You got this little just standard gold trophy, and this is the base for it, but it looks like it got damaged during shipping. But you guys, come on, let me get my face out of the frame. There you go, so you guys can see that. It's just the base, it says PlayMonster. So it's supposed to look like that. I'll have to try and super glue it or something, but this is going to be great because whenever we're playing, whoever wins that round or at the end of the night, whoever wins, definitely they can get the trophy, they get the bragging rights. And this is actually really cool because we can do, I play board games almost every weekend with my friends, so whoever wins can take home the trophy for that week, and then the next week bring the trophy back and whoever wins. So this is actually pretty cool. We can use this going forward, so I really do like that. So now we have some of the board games. So let's see what we got in here. The first game we have is Kiss My Bass, as you guys can see there. Really cool. And then go to the back right there. So the front says Pucker Up Buttercup, Kiss My Bass, and then it says remove tab to try me. We'll do that once we open this up. Then on the back it says do what the bass says or he's sure to razz you. This fish isn't nice or even sweet, and eventually he'll fart and that means you'll lose. Kiss my bass. Give my back a little stroke, 7 electronic touch points. So that's pretty interesting. So we'll take a look at that in a second, but there is Kiss My Bass. So we'll put that right there. Next game we have is it's Brain Fart. Silence is Deadly. So you take a look at that front cover right there. Looks very cool. And then you guys can take a look at the back. Very nice. So the back. Think fast and shout out your answer because silence is deadly. Roll the big cubes to get your 9 categories. Press the brain to get your letter and start the timer. Take turns naming things in a category that starts with that letter and grab that cube. Hurry before the brain farts. So we got a lot of farting going on between the bass and this one. But this definitely looks like it's going to be a really fun, fast-paced, almost kind of like that Blockbuster game that I reviewed. Just really fun, fast-paced game. So definitely can't wait to take a look at that. And that is Brain Fart. So we'll go ahead and put that right there. What else do we have in here? So I have this random white box. So I have no idea what's in here. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay, what is this? It's like a wooden board or something. Oh, nice. Hold on, I didn't know this was coming. What in the world is this? This is like a, wow, this is like a little chalkboard type of thing. So it's like just a miniature sign that you would see kind of at like little restaurants and stuff. But yeah, it's wow, this is awesome. I was not expecting this. So you got a nice wooden sign. Let me get my face out of the picture. So you got a nice wooden sign right here. This is part of the press kit. This does not come included with the game, but you can see that right there. The back is like cork material. So if you had some push pins or thumbtacks, you can actually probably stick things back there if you want. But the front, you do have a chalkboard. I wonder if there's any actual chalk in here, but this is really, really cool. I was not expecting that. So we'll put that right there. So I wonder if there's chalk in here. There's a bunch of this like green fuzz stuff in here, so I kind of have to dig through here to see what else is in here. Let's see. Okay, so it's kind of dusty down here, but we'll put that there. So I do not see any chalk, unfortunately, so I will have to go out and buy some chalk. And just dust flying everywhere. But the final thing in here is the 5-second rule Spintensity. Just spit it out more. So here we go. This is 5-second rule. I've heard of 5-second rule before. This is the brand new Spintensity version. And you guys can take a look at the back right here. So that is really, really cool. So let's see what it says on the back. It's spin tense fun. Start the random timer. Who knows how much time you'll have, and then name 3 answers for your card. Now spin the spinner to find out what to do next. Oh, name 2 more. Ha! Now spin again. New card, spin again, next player. Okay, so this seems like another really fast-paced type of game. You have to be on your toes. So this definitely looks like some fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and move all this out the way. We'll take a closer look at the games, everything that comes with the games. I'll just do kind of a quick overview of these games now. Unfortunately, I don't have any chalk for this, so I do have to go out and buy some chalk, but I'll do that at a later date. So yeah, let me get all this set up and I'll be back with you guys. So we are back. I unboxed all the games and I'm just gonna go through a quick tutorial on how to play each of them. So the first game we're gonna start with is the first game that we opened, and that is Kiss My Bass, as you can see right here. So here are the instructions that come with them. It's pretty simple. It's actually kind of like a Bop It / like Simon Says type of thing. So here are the instructions right there. If you guys want to read that, you can go ahead and pause. I know there's a little bit of a glare, but it's pretty simple. So you turn on the bass by touching his fin, listen to his commands and do what he says, and then pass to the next player. If you're too slow or mess up, he'll bust your chops and he'll fart. The person holding him when he does is the loser. Now play again, or just take your bass everywhere you go for a laugh. So that's pretty simple right there. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This did come with batteries, so you don't need to install any batteries on him, but you guys want to take a closer look at that bass right there. We'll get my face out of the frame. There you go, so you can see him right there. It's kind of funny that on the back end he actually has like his butt sticking out. That's pretty funny, but you can see that right there. And he's got a bunch of different touch points. His lips, one of these fins up here, his fin on the side, his belly, his under fin, his tail, his butt. So it's pretty simple. So we'll go ahead and start. I'll show you guys how it's done. So I'm going to press his fin.
Buck her up, Buttercup. Kiss my bass.
Okay.
Give these lips a smooch. Go on and slap my belly.
Belly.
High five that fin.
Okay.
My tail's dying for a suck. Give me a little backstroke. Jab my gill.
A gill. There we go.
Give these lips a smooch. My tail's done. High five that fin. Go on and slap my belly.
Oh.
Jab my gill.
Gill.
Kiss my bass. Give me a little backstroke. My tail's dying. Go on and slap my belly. Give these lips a smooch. Give me a little backstroke. High five that fin. Kiss my bass. Jab my gill.
Gill.
That's all
Man.
you got?
Oh man, so as you guys can see, I did really good that third round. That gill always gets me because it's on the back end here and I always have to like flip it over to try and look for it. I could put my hand here and, you know, get ready to press it, but then I feel like I'll mess up. So as you can see, it's in the similar thing as like a bop it type of thing. So really fun, really cool. That is Kiss My Bass. Now from Kiss My Bass, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Brain Fart. So here is the little buzzer you get for Brain Fart, and then here is all the stuff that comes inside. So you do not need batteries for this one either. It came with batteries, but as you guys can see right here, you guys can kind of see, I'm trying to get my face out of the frame, but yeah, you can kind of see what that looks like right there. So you have that. So this is pretty simple and straightforward as well. If you guys want to see the instructions, there you go. It'll be probably kind of hard to make it out, but you can see that right there. And on the back, you can see some of the other games. You have Go Bleep Yourself, Dictitious, and relative insanity. I cannot read today. So you got that right there. So the rules are pretty simple. Do not roll the cubes on fine wood surfaces. It may cause damage to the surface. So disclaimer right there. So all you have to do is everyone rolls cubes into a playing area. Someone presses down on the top of the brain. This starts the timer and displays a letter. The youngest player goes first, naming something in that category shown on the cube, and it must start with the letter displayed on the brain. And you just have to do that before the brain farts, before the timer runs out, and then you take turns and so on and so forth. So it's pretty straightforward. So I'm just gonna pick a random cube here, and I'll just show you guys with the brain. You have that little screen right there, and once you push down on the center, there we go, a letter appears on the actual brain right there. So that's how that works. So let me let this run out, and then we'll go ahead and roll the dice. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with Brain Fart here. So let's say we had a whole group of players here. We're all gonna take the cubes, we're gonna roll them into the area, right? So boom, we're gonna roll them. Now there's a bunch of topics that landed face up. So once they're rolled, someone has to press the brain, and the brain's gonna display a letter, and that is the letter R right now. So now the first person that's going has to grab one of these and name something that starts with the letter R. So sports teams, Rockets. Okay, then the next person's gonna go. So I don't know, books. What's a book that starts with the letter R? Man, it would help if I like read. Book that starts with the letter R. Wow, I can't. I'm blanking out. Redfish, bluefish. No, that's one fish, two fish, redfish, bluefish. So that doesn't even count. Books that start with the R. Okay, so as you can see, I didn't get that. So I would not collect the cube, and basically it's whoever collects the most cubes by the time all the cubes are gone. So that's pretty much how that works. I'll kind of do it again. I'll do one more round to kind of show you guys. So I'm just gonna randomly toss the cubes there, press down on the brain, and we have the letter E. So the letter E, zoo animals. So we got zoo animals. I don't know if an eel is a zoo animal. I don't know if they have eels. Some elephants are in some zoos, so there we go. So the next person would go vehicles. So we have vehicles right here. So a vehicle that starts with an E, Elantra. There we go. Next person would go heroes that start with the E. Okay, so the brain farted. So I was about to say Elastigirl from Incredibles. But the brain farted, so I would not collect the cube. The previous two players would collect the cubes, and that's how you go. So you just keep going, so on and so forth. So that's really cool. You really have to be on your toes with this one. Think very fast. Like I said, I love these type of fast-paced games that make you think, because it's easy to do it without a timer. But once you factor in that timer and you're trying to go and you're worried about the timer going off and everything like that, I love these type of fast-paced type of games. So there we go. That is pretty much how you play Brain Fart. So moving on from Brain Fart, we're gonna go ahead and grab 5-second Rule Spintensity. Now this one does require batteries. You need 3 AAA batteries for the spinner right here. The spinner has a little speaker on the bottom of it. You can see how that spins right there. So very, very nice spinner right there. So this is pretty simple as well. It's another one of those really fast-paced type of games. If you look on the front here are the instructions. And then on the back, you can see some of the other products. So there is a 5-second Rule Junior and just a standard 5-second rule. There's a 5-second rule uncensored, a 5-second rule just spit it out. So tons of different 5-second rules. So definitely check that out. But this is the newest unique version, and it's called Spintensity, and it involves obviously the spinner here. So I'm going to turn the volume on. It's pretty simple. So you draw a card, and if I can get a card out, so that card is going to have a topic right here. So the topic on this card is emojis. So I'm going to press the buzzer, and I have to name 3 emojis. And then once I name 3, I have to spin the spinner. Now that spinner has several different options. It has next card, next player, or 2 and 3. So you guys can take a quick look at that right there. So if it lands on next card, obviously you draw another card. If it lands on next player, you move on to the next player. Or if it lands on 2 or 3, you have to name either 2 or 3 more things from the specific category. So it's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead. We're going to press the button. So emojis, smiley face, sad face, angry face. So let me go ahead and spin. Landed on next player. So the next player is going to go. I'm the next player. So fire, thumbs up, and thumbs down. So now we are on next card. So we got to draw another card. If I can do this quick enough. So draw another card. British sitcoms, I would never guess that. So that's songs with color in the title. Songs with color in the title. Okay, so I obviously didn't get that. So you can see it's very fast-paced right there. You really have to be on your toes and thinking. So I'm going to do another round just to kind of show you guys really quickly how that goes. Okay, so this one should be pretty simple. Yogurt flavors. I don't know if you guys can make that out, but yogurt flavors. So let's go ahead and go. Banana, strawberry, blueberry. Spin. Next player. Next player goes vanilla. There's peach flavored yogurt, and I think there's chocolate flavored yogurt. I'm gonna say that there is, so I'm gonna spin. I gotta name 2 more now. A raspberry and blackberry. I'm gonna say it's blackberry flavored yogurt. Now I gotta name 3 more things. I'm trying to remember what I said and what I didn't say. What other flavors are there? I said strawberry, raspberry, I said blueberry. I'm drawing blanks now. Yogurt. Ah, man. Okay, so I ran out of time. I'll do one more since this is kind of quick. Okay, this should be a good one right here. Reasons to turn your cell phone off. So reasons to turn your cell phone off, if you can see that right there. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're in the movies, you're out at dinner, or you're in a meeting. So we're going to spin next player. So now they got to name 3 reasons to turn your cell phone off. I said you're in a meeting, you're at dinner, you're on the plane, you're having an important conversation, and why else would you turn your cell phone off? To charge it. Spin. Next card. Give me a card. Items that cause stains. Spaghetti, blood, bleach. I guess bleach is a stain, so we'll go ahead and next player. Items that cause stains. Wine. Items that cause a stain. Grease. Items that cause a stain. Items that cause a stain. Items that cause a stain. Okay, so I ran out of time there. So that is a 5-second rule Spintensity. So again, another very fast-paced game. I love these type of games. Let me turn this off so it doesn't drain the batteries. So that is just really, really cool. So I think this one would probably be my favorite of the 3. Just because it's, like I said, it's very fast-paced. I do like it, and it keeps you on your toes. Brain Fart is probably my second favorite, and that's kind of in the same vein of that just very fast-paced, type of game. The Kiss My Bass is fun. It's definitely not my favorite, but it is fun. It's that Simon Says, Bop It type of game where you definitely do have to stay on your toes. But once you kind of I don't know, once you kind of just get in the rhythm like I did on that third round, it was actually pretty simple for me. So that's pretty much it. So that was Kiss My Bass, Brain Fart, and 5-second Rule Spintensity over by the people at PlayMonster. Now, all of these games are really, really cool. I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can purchase these games, where you can check them out on their website and their social media accounts. Again, huge shout out to PlayMonster for sending all these board games out for me to review, and also to the people over at Chiscom. I really appreciate it. This was my first press kit ever. It's an honor. It was amazing. It was a fun time. This cup is going to come in handy. And so is that chalkboard and that little trophy thing. Like I said, we're going to use that trophy when I play with my friends. Whoever wins that night is going to take the trophy home and keep track of the winners on the chalkboard. I do have to go invest in some chalk, but that's not a big deal. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. And Sparky's over here scratching away over here, so if you hear that, that's what you hear. But yeah, share this video with your friends. Stay tuned for more, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.